Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody. Oh my, it's a Thursday, isn't it? Yeah, it's Thursday. It's Thursday, 21st of May. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Hope everybody's doing good. We're putting handles on mugs today. Just more stuff I have to get done. Let's see, bring up my chat. Turn this down. There we go. Awesome. Good. All right. Give myself a like. Give me a like too, if you would, please. Nice iced tea. Iced tea. All right. Need to get some tools here. Getting myself set up. Yeah, we'll get that too. That's good. It shouldn't need a whole lot. I need to get some slip together. Which I have some slip in there. Have to get some slip, my bucket of water. All right. A bucket of water. Where is my slip? All right, that's pretty slippy actually. That's probably part of it. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. That's nice and messy. That's nice and messy. Good enough to attach handles for sure. Nope, I'm already getting all over me. All right. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's doing good. This is my first live back from the Bluegrass Festival, which was a blast, by the way. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. All right. Get this. What else am I looking for? I need this for the slip. All right. So I hope everybody's having a good Thursday. Where is my needle tool? Where is my needle tool? I don't like this one. This one comes apart. Did I have it over here? I think I had it over here. Where is it? Oh, where did I put it? Yeah, so hopefully everybody's doing good. We're doing a horizontal live today because I want to. All right, our needle tool. I like the mugs. Can be cool. Different style mug. Got my autograph on the bottom. All right. Bring up my stove. I got several of these to do. I have all the handles you see. That's all the mugs that I have to do yet tonight. So yeah, how's everybody doing? Hope you're all doing all right. I know what I need. I need this. I need this. My X-Acto knife. All right. It's still sharp, I think. Alrighty. I got so many things to make right now. It's unreal. I got another show coming up next month on the 20th. So I need to have a whole bunch of products ready. I have some other pieces here that I need to get done for people. So there's that. So it's busy. All right. That looks good like that. I'll put that on there like that, I believe. Yeah, I think that'll look good. So we met a lot of nice people up at the Bluegrass Festival. Made a few sales up there. People were loving it. There we go. My sinuses are still going nuts. All right. So yeah, I got a show booked every month. And some are twice a month. So I have to make sure I have plenty of product. And you gotta try to anticipate what people are gonna say, want to buy. At any particular show with your colors and different products that I have. So you never really know for sure what people are going to purchase, what's on their mind. Yeah. I'm going to bring that right in there. Right there, I think. Yeah, we'll do it right there. I think that'll look good right there. Okay. All right. Make sure your handles are straight. Press it in to the mug. The slip actually helps assure a good adhesion to each other. Man, these sinuses. can be miserable. All right. Probably not going to do a long live tonight. But at least want to come on here and say hi to everybody. There we go. Just like that. Yep, that's the way I like it. Let's get this fixed up here. Yep, just like that. So we met a lot of nice people up there. A lot of good words. People did seem to really like the pieces a lot. They like the glaze colors. I probably need to get more stuff in certain glaze colors because some of the products in those specific colors were selling out. So, which is a good thing. Get some water. Water. All right. I love those pipes. Oh my goodness. Wonderful, wonderful pipes. One thing I had compliments on is the way the pieces feel. They love the way the pieces felt in their hands, which is one of those things that matter a lot to me. It's a functional piece. It's got to feel good in the hands. So I do care about how that functionality is. So I have to work on my store, my online store. My online store is going to be for orders only. That's about the only way I'm going to be able to manage it is if it's orders only. Because I can't have pieces sitting on the shelf waiting to go. I just can't. Not with all these shows. There's no way I could do it. I mean, maybe in the future, if it seems like it works out that way, I don't know. But I don't think it's going to work out that way. There we go. Looks good. There's a larger handled mug. It was one thing that somebody had asked about was larger mugs. There are people that tell me that they like a weighted mug, and I don't quite understand that. I mean, a quality piece is going to feel uniform. It's going to feel like it's weighted, correctly, and it's not too heavy on the bottom. Because when you're drinking, you're lifting that weight each time. Maybe people are just so used to Stanleys and how they are. I don't know, but a pottery piece should feel the weight should be pretty well equal all the way through it. I mean, it's what we strive for. So I don't understand why they said they wanted a heavier mug. I mean, that could be achieved just by leaving more clay in it. I don't like to leave as much clay as it needs. Doesn't make any sense to me to do that. But maybe they're just used to other potters that they bought things off of. I don't know. But it should feel light either way. Just I don't understand people. Bless you. Oh my goodness. Allergies. All right. Okay. I still feel like I got sneeze. Oh. All right. Let's do it on. So these were I've already trimmed and everything. So it's just a matter of putting the handles on. I already stamped the bottom of the pieces, trimmed them out real nice, and they feel uniform. Their weight, it's slightly heavier in the bottom, but it's not like it's a big noticeable difference. So, but anyhow, I kind of do like that shape of the piece. I like how this is a little bit bigger than that one is, but they're all, they're all unique. They're all nice. They're all nice mugs. But anyhow, people up there liked the way the handles felt, which I was really happy that they did. Because not every handle fits in everybody's hand. You could have people come along and say that, it's a little small, it's a little, this doesn't feel right, or, and you can't, of course, make it fit everybody's hand, but you want to try to make it so it fits and it's comfortable to as many hands as you can. Hey, Nikki, how you doing? Good to see you in the chat. Just dropping in to let you know you impressed me enough to sign up for an art class. Now I'm settled back in Australia. I want to thank you for doing that. Introduce it. I'm glad you found me, sir. Well, hey, I'm very glad that you did that, Nikki. I want to inspire other people to do this, and I'm glad you signed up for an art class. You're really going to enjoy this. And you're going to get the best knowledge right there. I mean, it's hands-on work, but I'm blessed that I was able to do that for you. I mean, sometimes we just, even myself, we just need a little kick, just somebody to say, hey, do that. You need to do that, and I'm glad I was able to do that for you. That's really good to hear, by the way. And hey, when you get down there, your class, tell them about me, and tell them look me up and subscribe. There we go. Remember, I like to keep the handles a little bit below here, either even or below. When it sits in your shelf upside down, if you, like we do here in the States, we turn our, at least I do. Anytime you wash a mug or anything, you flip it upside down in your cabinet so nothing gets on or inside of it. I don't know if it's just a me thing or what, but that's what we do, and that's why I keep my handles down a little bit lower. So, all right. But Nikki, I'm proud of you that you're going to go and try it out. You are going to love it. I'm sure you will. These mugs are a little bit past leather hard. I mean, the rims are okay, so you can see how they kind of break apart when I'm scratching. So that's why I'm putting slip on. All right, so it's just wet clay, really, is what it is. Slimy, wet clay. Put that on there like that. That helps the bond of both the handle and the mug so they don't crack on you. You can also put just a dab of vinegar in there as well. That also helps with the adhesion. I should get the camera over this way so y'all can see how I'm putting these handles on the mugs. Give you a different view of how that happens. Because you don't necessarily have to see me. I think you just kind of want to see what's happening, right? But Nikki, thank you for sharing the fact that I helped inspire you to take those classes. That really means a lot to me. It does. I'm glad that you were able to let me know that. It's wonderful news. And I hope someday we get to see you on YouTube making your art. All right. I'm just smoothing the bottom, the inside of the handle here, underneath. You can see there how I just have it laying like this. Now this shape here comes from me letting it dry a little bit onto this foam pipe thing. So it's an insulation thing for the pipe. I sure will tell them about you. I share my artwork on my channel. Oh, okay, Nikki. I'll check you out too. because I want to see it. I think I already did actually, but I'll make sure I do though. If I'm not mistaken though, I've already was on your channel, I think. I do try to follow other artists. I love their work, people's work. And we all kind of have to stick together in a way, and sharing your art with people people love it. They love to see artists work. My sinuses. All right. Trying to smooth the top of that handle out a little bit, as much as I can. And really, a paintbrush helps putting slip on. It really does help to smooth things out. All right. So now you can see I got my shape there. Now I've got to decide where I'm going to cut my handle off and attach it. So I do want it right in here somewhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife, my X-Acto blade, and I'm going to cut this way with this handles, cut it that way, and then it'll lay against here, and then I'll scratch the surface up with a little bit of slope in there, help it stick. And make sure your handle is going to look comfortable and it looks correct. Okay, make sure it's straight on your piece. But I think what I'm going to do is cut it off in here, and then I'll bring that out just a little bit more so it looks better on the piece. So now when I bring it like that, make sure it's straight, and then we'll bring this out just a wee bit like that. So it kind of slopes in. Make sure it's straight this way. I'm going to mark the piece by scratching it. I like the shape of those mugs. Those are great. Thank you, Mickey. Thank you. You should try and make these mugs yourself. They are a very cool shape. I think so. That's why I'm making them. But I think it's great because it adds more room in here for your fingers. And you can put your hand inside like that, which is, people like to hold their mugs like that too at times. So just always remember that form and function is very important. You can have a piece that looks beautiful, but if there's no functionality to it, I don't know what it's good for at that point, except to stand there and look at it, which there are some pieces of art out there that's exactly what they are. But for me, I like to make my things very functional this way. So it makes me happy for people to be able to use my pieces every day. You know what was cool? back in the day when I first started out making stuff and selling it, the one thing cool was that I had several people it was close to Christmas. I had several people buy my pieces for Christmas presents. And I remember Christmas Day, the thing that probably made me one of the happiest back then was the fact that somebody was opening up a Christmas present, a piece of pottery that I had made. I just thought that was just so cool, you know? Because that's the first time I ever experienced that feeling or that thought, you know, that somebody on Christmas Day was going to open up a present with a piece of my pottery in it. It's just a good feeling, you know. It's just really cool that God's given me this gift, and I'm able to share it with everybody, and it's been a real blessing to me, and I hope it's been a blessing to you guys to watch, and so I could share how I make these pieces as well. And like Nikki's, you know, hopefully I can inspire more people like Nikki to get out there and try it, you know, take some classes. It really is a lot of fun, and it's relaxing. Let's see. It's sad that we are losing the handcraft skill and we're cheap imported stuff. You're absolutely right. It is very sad, you know, very sad. It's funny you say that because there was a person that came up to my booth last weekend at that festival, and he picked up one of my pieces, and it was like $40. And he picked it up. He looked at me. He says, "Will you take $20 for this?" And I looked at him in his eyes and said, "Absolutely not." I don't understand people that do that kind of stuff. It's a handmade item, and you're standing there insulting me. You know, that's the way I felt. It was an insult to degrade my pieces like that. And I mean, he wanted to buy it, but he didn't want to pay my price for it. He wanted it basically for free. I mean, it would be without my labor. I mean, it'd be without my time into the piece. And it's just like, I can't do that to you. I'm not going to do that to you. I mean, if he was purchasing like wholesale or something like that, that's a little different, but it wasn't the case. He just wanted one piece, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, it's sad because that's exactly what that you know is. I mean, he just wants something for nothing, and he could go to Walmart for that, you know. And he just didn't appreciate the art. Really, he just did not appreciate that. And I don't really care to sell to people like that, you know. If you really feel that way, then don't even come in my booth, because I don't need people like you. I'm not looking for people like you. I'm looking for people that appreciate the work. And you can understand what it takes to make a piece, you know? I mean, look how long it was. I just put that handle on it. How long did it take me to do it? It's because it's attention to detail. I'm looking over the mug. I'm making sure that it looks correct, you know? I mean, there's going to be things that's just not as perfect, but it is handmade. And people actually prefer a piece to not be so perfect. But yeah, I mean, so people like that just like, what the heck, you know? Come on, man. They're arrogant to the time and skill it takes. Yeah, exactly, Nikki. Exactly. I just don't, you know. But you will get people like that, Nikki. They just, I don't know. I just gotta say that was one person, probably out of 50 people. or more that said that. So it doesn't happen very often, but it's just, you know, it is arrogant for sure. So I don't know if everybody can see this, but because this is rounded right here, I take my handles and I take my X-Acto knife and I cut it like this. I don't know if y'all can even actually see that on the screen. And hopefully I can show this good enough, but basically what I'm doing is I'm going in here like this with my knife at an angle and carving this out. And this is kind of the way it looks then. It's kind of like that, where it's rounded here and it's sloped back like that. So it fits the natural shape of the mug. It gives it more surface area to attach as well. So when I go to fit it up to my mug, it'll fit just like that. And it's just a better fit that way. All right. About like that. I trace it a little bit just so I know where to scratch. And then I scratch it. Not super deep, but just enough, you know, to give it some bite. Since this clay is a little bit drier than the handle. And I leave those little specks on there like that too. And I take some slip and push it in there. Just blop it on. If it oozes out, it's okay. All right. And then you want to support the inside of your mug when you push this on, okay? And then give it a little twist. Push it on. Just like that. And I don't know if you can see it, but it actually pushes out the slip, okay? And then I have a tool that's kind of rounded on one side. It's kind of flat on this side. It's got that arc shape to it. And I go in there and I just blend it in to the cup, blend the bottom of the handle into the cup. There we go. So now we're blended there. Now I'll take my finger, it's wet, and I go in there and do circles and I smooth it out with my fingers. Just smooth it out. This way it's going to feel good on your hands when it's in there like that. So just blend it so there's no defined transition there. It's just simply blends right in. That feels better on the fingers when it goes in there. All right. Again, you want to make sure your handle is straight this way. It's got a good shape that way. I figure out where I'm going to cut this and where the handle is going to land onto the mug. And I cut it in at an angle just like that. Just like that. Then mark where I'm going to scratch it. Again with the slip. Make sure it's real wet in there. Take my hand over that area. Again, just checking to make sure I'm straight this way. You can even look at it that way if you want, but and I'm going to take my thumbs and I'm going to push in, push the handle in to the cup, and then I blend it out like this. There's all kinds of ways to put handles on. And, you know, of course, with different types of handles. So there's many ways to do this. It's not just this way. This is how I'm doing it. So you may have to find your way, your own way of how you put handles on. But it doesn't hurt to see how somebody else does it and build off of that idea if you'd like. You know what I mean? We're all individual people, so we all do things a little differently than each other. Every potter is unique in their work. There we go. The brush really does help blend it all in with some slip. Just fills in those little spots that you can't get with your finger. It just helps blend it all in, make it nice and smooth. Just like that. Look over your mug, make sure you like everything you're seeing. This is probably going to be the last time you're going to be able to change anything drastically. Oh, hey, Gail. Just saw you were live. Wanted to say hi. How are you? I'm doing great, Gail. Thank you for asking. You like your mugs? They're a new shape. They are a new shape, Gail. They are definitely a new shape. I threw mugs just like this at the festival, but they never made it home. Of course, you know how that goes. But anyhow, I decided to make some other ones, and this is the shape that I picked. I think it's kind of cool. So, I mean, it gives people options to put their hand through the whole piece, or hold it this way. So yeah, that's one shape that I'm doing. Let's see. As always, it's a pleasure chatting with you. However, I need to go. The day is just starting. Have a great day. Okay, Nikki. Thank you for stopping by and talking. Hope you have a great day today. Let's see. How is Jackie? Jackie is doing good. She's doing good. her health is doing good at the time, so we're happy. All right, so there's those mugs. Now we got other ones to do. They're a different shape, by the way. So I wanted to make some different shapes for people to choose from. You like the shape a lot? Thank you, Gail. Appreciate that. I really do like them myself. I mean, it is a very cool looking mug. I suspect they'll probably be roughly 16 ounces, I think, but we'll find out. I was hoping for roughly 16 ounces because they're a little bit bigger than the other mugs I made before. So that's what we're hoping for. I'm going to put these back here on the rack. All right. You can see my product. I don't know if you can see back there, but product's all gone. It's already packed for next month's show. I am making some new product now for the next show. I've got stuff on the shelf that I need to glaze yet too. So I'm very, very trying to stay very busy. Very, very, very busy I am. All right, so here's another shape that I did, which are these. They're even bigger. So I had people ask me for bigger mugs, some bigger, what bigger mugs? It's like, okay. I made some that were just plain, but this is kind of a shape I've done before. They're just much larger. So people were saying how they like a body down here, like that. So I just didn't have any mugs like that to show them. But I had told them, I did those before. So here we are doing them again. So yeah. Well, thank you. Did Jackie go to the festival with me? Yes, she did. She went Saturday and Sunday. And she had a good time. I mean, it's hilly up there. It's a campground. But she did pretty well. So, and she of course likes the bluegrass music. So that helped a lot as well. This guy's just a little different than the rest of them. Still kind of the same shape, but all right. Let's get some handles on these. I'd like to be able to get all these handles put on tonight. So I have other mugs up there I need to pull down and do. If I can get these handles on, and then let's see, what else do I have? I think that's it. And then I can start making some berry bowls. I got to make so many things. I got to make some oil bottles. Just things I've gotten ideas from my last show. So I need, and I tell you what, the sponge holders, everybody asked what they were. They had no idea what they were. But that was the one item that really sold. Was the sponge holder and the butter bells. People love the butter bells. Some people knew what they were, other people didn't, but as soon as they did, they were like, they wanted one. So I sold those, and I sold almost all of them that I had. And then they liked my colors. They liked the mint color. They liked the deep avocado, that color that I have. And they also, which was the other one? They also liked, they also liked the walnut color. I did a bunch of pieces like in just walnut, and they liked that as well. So I wrote that down. So now that if I do that show next year, I'll know what to take with me, because that crowd typically comes back year after year to that show. So I will be more prepared, and I will have more pieces waiting. So, but I thought I almost sold my bread baker, and she's like, I'm come back for that. She's, I really want that, and then she never showed up again. It was last day, Sunday, that she came up to me, because before the show started, and she wanted to go down and watch the show, and she said, that she wants to buy that piece, and I was like, okay, well, it's here if you want it. You got to come back and get it. I can't guarantee to hold that piece, and she never made it back up. So I was like, well, I'll keep it for another day. It is what it is. Let's see. Those are nice too. These are all nice. Those are all nice colors. The cobalt blue is also nice. Yeah, but I didn't have many people buy the cobalt blue. They looked at it, but they didn't. I mean, it's remarked that it was nice, but they just the other colors. Oh, the yellow. People really like the yellow too. So, of course, that's my wife's favorite color. So, but so yeah, those were the colors that people really, really liked. I mean, they did like the blue, but I had more sales in the other colors. So I guess people's kitchens are a little different, you know what I mean? And the dark blue was a little bit probably too dark for them, which is one of the comments that they said, with the countertops and that kind of thing. So they felt though that the mint and the deep avocado and the walnut and even the yellow, they felt like it looked more country type looking colors, like they fit in better with their kitchens and stuff. So um, that was just sort of some of the comments that I received. So it was a good showing. I mean, they had thousands of people there. They had I don't know if anybody knows, but Grand Ole Opry singer Rhonda Vincent was there. So they had some big names on there. I couldn't even tell you the other ones. There were some really good names on there. They were really good bands. Um, and I like bluegrass. I like all forms of music. Is it my go-to music? No, it's not my go-to music, but I enjoy it. I got to enjoy it for 4 days. We had a perfect view of the show, for the stage where I was sitting. Perfect view. The weather was pretty good too. We only had rain a little bit. What was it, Sunday? I think Sunday no, it was Saturday. We had a little bit of rain come through, but it was really nothing. It didn't amount to anything. It's just some drizzle, but it was windy. We got some wind up there, and thank God my tent held out. But I was prepared for that. I had weights and stuff that I put on there, so I wasn't super concerned of losing my tent. They had a lot of vendors up there. There's one other potter besides myself up there. So that was nice to meet other people. I talked to it was her. Well, it was her and her husband, but her husband doesn't make the pottery. What was her name? Oh, dang nabbit. I hate when I do that. I forget somebody's name. I think I have her information. Let's see. I thought I put it in this thing here somewhere. Just gotta figure out where exactly I put it. I know I brought it with me. home with me. So I wanted to look at it some more. It's got to be in here somewhere. No, it's not there. Let's see. Is that it? No, that's not it either. That's not it. Where did I put it? I'd like to tell you because I think she was down around Maryland, I thought, or so. I don't know. I have to look. I can't remember now. I don't want to say where I think she was from. So probably wrong. I guess I have her information somewhere, guys. I'll share it again one of these other lives I do. I just don't have it with me right now. But anyhow. So I talked to her and her husband for a while, and they said they always do really good at that show, And her husband says, he goes, I don't make any of the pottery. He says, I'm the fixer. He goes, I'm the one that fixes things and that kind of stuff. So, but it was their, well, I want to say it was their third or fourth show that they did up there. I don't know, but nice people, wonderful people. Of course, I don't think there's any potters that aren't nice. You know what I mean? Always nice to get feedback. Yeah. Yes. Good. All nice colors. I have a yellow kitchen with red accents. Oh wow. Your boots look great. Thank you, Gail. I have to write everything down in order to remember. I do too, Gail, and I have it down. I have all the information here. I just have to find it because I literally brought everything down. It's still sitting here, and I really didn't unpack much. I mean, I unpacked my wheel and stuff that I needed right away, but I didn't unpack anything else. It's still all packed up. So her information's in there somewhere. Yeah. It was a great show. It was a lot of fun. Great music. A little bit of wind. I had one person that came to me to buy a piece that was $40 and asked me if I would take 20. There's still people like that out there, I don't understand it. I mean, they come to a place like that and then they want to freaking, say something like that to me. That was just a complete insult. I mean, there was only one person, and everybody else was very nice. They loved my work. They loved how the pieces felt in their hands, which is always a wonderful comment to have, So I had a lot of good feedback. Probably some new contacts now to buy pieces, so which is pretty cool. Somebody asked me about a dinnerware set, and they're going to contact me. Hopefully, they said they would. So that's pretty cool. So people are looking for pottery dinnerware sets. This is the second person that has contacted me about that. So I'm gonna have to get a set made up just to show the plate sizes and stuff like that are going to go with it. That way, it's a good visual. You got to have that. So I think I'll just have one place setting that I'll kind of show off, and then maybe I'll take orders from that point. Who knows? Hopefully, but you got to put it out there for the people to see. So I need to work on that. My wife reminded me I need to make berry bowls, so I'm going to be doing that. I have oil bottles to make. I got a whole bunch of adapters for the oil to put on the bottles. What? I was thinking $40 was low price for. Yeah, exactly, Gail. Exactly. He did that to me. I looked him straight in the eye and I said, absolutely not. So I had to laugh a little bit because that's insulting to me, and that just, come on, man. It's like everybody that was there, all the crafters that were there were true crafters. They made the work that they're selling. And for somebody to do that, it's just rude. I mean, it's just some people's kids, right? It's to be the grown man older than me. I don't know, Gail. I don't know. Some people. What are you gonna do? You're always going to have people like that. I swear. I've had it before in the show. Where people uh, say, "I'll give you this for it." It's like, dude, no. It's like, what are you talking about? Where do you think you are? We're not. This is not a yard sale. You know what I mean? It's not a yard sale. I mean, you want a deal, go to a yard sale. These are handmade items. These are not your run of the mill, buy at Walmart, sell it in your yard sale kind of pieces, Oh, people, sometimes they're just so rude and ignorant, I guess is a better word. You know, they just don't understand art. These people don't understand art. They don't. Every piece is handmade. I mean, I don't know about these people. So, but that's how it goes sometimes. I agree. I never offer anyone less than their price. I also think it's an insult. It is, absolutely. Yep. It is an insult. It's a hard work that we put into making these pieces, and then knowing you're at a place that everybody makes their own things. There's just nothing that's bought and put together. This is handmade stuff, you know. You take a raw material and you make something out of that raw material. That's what all these people were doing. I don't know. Yeah, but you always have somebody like that that's just ignorant, rude. But at least I had many, many, many more people that appreciated it, and they'd come up and they would hold pieces, and there was one guy that came up and he was like, "Oh my gosh," he was handling the pieces. He was like handling almost all the pieces, and he was like, "Oh, I really love your work and all this," and he just was going nuts over it. And I was just like, "Hey man, here's where you can find me," and I gave him all my information. So I'll be hearing back from him, I'm sure. But he was just ecstatic. He was just really. He spent probably one of the longest times in my booth, just looking and touching everything and just appreciating the pieces. So there we go. Nice handle. Again, you can get your hand in there. Looks nice and straight. And people seem to like this pot belly piece. I guess because it feels good when you put your hand around it like that. I guess if you're going to warm your hands up, you could probably do it like that. Um, you can definitely get a lot more material in there as far as whatever you're drinking. Um, so people ask me about these things, so that's why I'm making them. So hopefully my next show on the 20th in June, I will be able to sell these. So all right. I really like this. This is a big helper. I made these last night and then put them on there to stiffen up a little bit overnight. And it's nice because it puts that shape in them. And it gets the hardness closer to what the mug is. So, but it's just pipe insulation. That's all that is. All right. Everybody ready for the weekend? Since tomorrow's Friday, I am. I got a lot of work to get done. I am really trying to get as much as I can done for this next show. I just want to have more and more items to sell. I just, trying to get as many things as I can. So working during the day is difficult because I feel like by the time I get home, I only have a couple hours here to work, and I end up actually extending my time and not getting much sleep. So, because then I'll end up working till like 1 o'clock, and then you have to get up in the morning and try to have a productive day. It's difficult. So, but I'm booked up and I'm happy for it. I feel blessed. My daughter uh, helped me out, I guess, in getting all them shows lined up for me. My wife's helping me out by getting shirts and stuff like that. This is one of the shirts that we got, and um, she's helping out with that kind of stuff. She was do some decals, I guess, and stuff like that. There's people are asking about business cards. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but I really don't use business cards anymore. But they have those wrist things that you put all your social media on them, and then people can just like tap on their phone, and it pulls everything right up on their phone, so they have it immediately. Because let's face it, everybody's got a phone. I mean, who all is carrying around business cards with them, right? I mean, I don't think people do that anymore. But people were asking at the show about business cards. I'm like, I don't do that. I don't, But I think it's just the crowd that was up there. That's just what they're used to dealing with. Um, it's a little bit of an older crowd up there, so. All right. I don't like how that looks. Let's bring it out like that. More like that. Like that. Like that. We'll stretch them out a little bit once I get them on there. So yeah, I got a lot of things to make. I'm excited about making them. I just wish I had more time to do it. Because I think about the stuff I have to make, and I'm getting excited about it because I want to make them. But where will the show be? Oh, how much joyful clay tutor? Hey, how you doing? Hi. How much do you sell these for? The larger mugs I'm selling for 38, which is pretty reasonable, actually. Some of them larger ones will be 40. Where will the show be? So the next show I have coming up is going to be in New Oxford, Pennsylvania. June the 20th is where it will be. I hope these pipes aren't too noisy for you guys. My wife, I guess, doesn't know that I'm live. So she's running into hot water, and every time you do that in this house, the pipes rattle. So hopefully it's not too distracting for you. It is nice. That's great. You can't do all that yourself. Yeah, I know. It is a lot, Gail, and I'm glad that my daughter mentioned about helping. Um, Jackie's very busy during the day with kids and stuff, so I didn't want to put too much on her as well, but she wants to help me. So I mentioned to her about the t-shirts and that kind of stuff. And so she's helping me out with all that good stuff. And so uh, business cards are easy to print out on your computer. Every sells them. It's just like they sell stickers. Yeah, I did see that Gail. They do. And I probably should just print some, just so people, that ask can have them. They just seem like a waste to me because, I mean, let's face it. I think people end up losing the things eventually. But I don't know. I guess if I wanted a business card to be like the type that's got a magnet on the back or something, so you can stick it to your fridge or something, that to me seems like it would be good to do. Because where else are you going to put a business card except like in the junk drawer or in that basket that you never get anything and you can never reach the bottom of the basket or something. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I think, but that's me. That's what would probably happen in my house. Uh, there we go. The shape it goes down, around. I'll tell you what, my sinuses drive me nuts. Got stuff going down my throat. It's hard to breathe out of my nose, as you can probably tell. I do a lot of mouth breathing right now. All right. There we go. There we go. All right. Double check. Make sure nothing I missed. There we go. It looks pretty straight. There we go. It looks good. Looks good from this end. Very reasonable. Most handmade mugs sell for 60. Yeah, they do, Gail. I think I am pretty reasonable with my prices. I mean, around this area, I'm not going to get $60 for a mug. I really don't think I will. Maybe in Baltimore I would, but around here where I live, I don't think that's possible. Um, I did have somebody come to me and tell me that they saw a potter selling their mugs for like $100, and I I don't know, Gail. I At least around this area, I can't justify it. I mean, your stuff's only worth what somebody's willing to pay for it, or what they can pay for, or what they can buy. And around here, I don't. It's just not going to happen. I don't think. I mean, maybe eventually I'll get there, right? I mean, maybe things and everybody is doing great and they can pay those kind of prices, but I don't think they will around here. I could sell a lot of mugs for 38, $40 around here, but and everybody says that that's very reasonable. I even talked to other potters up here, and they thought it was pretty reasonable price for this area. You go to Gettysburg, you can sell a little bit higher price. Um, so, But yeah, it just kind of depends where you're at, I think, to what people are willing to pay. Now, I have other items that are rather expensive. I mean, the the bread baker that I made, I'm asking 80 for that, which is probably very reasonable. But it's a higher priced item, which some people might come to the show and have that kind of money to spend. Some, probably most, don't have that kind of money to come and spend. So um, I would like everybody to be able to afford one of my mugs and enjoy it. God gave me this gift to share with people, and that's what I'm going to do. And probably if I was in your area, Gail, $60 is probably the going rate, and I'd probably sell that all day long. uh, wish I could do that up here. Uh, yep, Rolodexes for sure. I remember those, Gail. I'm not that young. So true. You sell for what the market will pay. Yeah. No, thank you, Gail. I know they are very reasonable, and I do that on purpose. I do it on purpose. Now, if I sell like online prices will be more. But in person, like when I sell stuff locally, it'll be cheaper because of that. Online, people will expect to pay more, and that's where the prices will be more. And I think that's reasonable that you would do that online. And like I say, when I sell in Gettysburg, I raised the prices a little bit because the market's there for it. So it makes it easier to sell, and you almost have to raise the price simply because of the volume, and I don't know. It just all the metrics to go into it. It makes it. Uh, you just have to raise your price more. I can tell you what, I sell a lot more at my prices. They're like that. Definitely sell more. But I guess it's I guess I'm more. I want more of my pots and stuff like that to be in people's hands and be able to use them every day. Um, and when the market goes up, I can raise my prices. I am going to make smaller items that sell even cheaper, like some like small crosses um, that you could probably use for a necklace or anything like that, or just small things that are just cheaper for people to buy. That way, everybody will be able to have the ability to purchase my any piece, any kind of piece of my product. At least they'll have a start, and I think that's to me is fun to be able to do that. It makes it available for everybody. And like I said, I have my pieces that I sell for more because you have those people that come that have endless amounts of money, and they don't scoff at any of the prices. And those are the people that will buy those high dollar things, and so uh, there. That. I don't know if I'll get all these done tonight. It is 9 o'clock, isn't it? I may not get these all done tonight. I have that many to do yet. I tend to be too finicky with these things, I think. I'm particular about how they look and feel. You know, I tend to spend too much time on the handle. There we go. There we go. Nice shape to that handle. All right. Put that in. There we go. Okay. Mugs do seem to take the longest, I swear. It's just, you want to make sure that you get everything covered up and they feel right, they look right. Okay. All right. I think that was good. I think that was good. Yeah, that's a good shape to the handle. Hey, baby, I had to bed. Oh, babies are sleeping. All right. Is it my eyes are closing? Lay here because Luke will need it. God, I know that. But what it is 9 o'clock. I probably should get off of here. All right, that piece is done. Another one. But there you can kind of see how that shape is right there. Kind of see that. So you can kind of see what they look like. People like that big belly on their mugs and get more product in them. Here's the Yep, that's for sure, Gail. But then there are pieces that I have, like bowls and stuff like that don't take a lot of time to make, you know? So I have 3 bowls in the background back there that, um, you know, it don't take a whole lot of time to do a bowl. But it's a lot more clay. It takes up more space in my kiln. So we got this one to do. I have, what, 6 more to do after this? And I can get those done tonight, probably. Berry bowls. Yes, I know, Miss Jackie. It's easy to hold and to warm your hands. I think so too, Gail. I mean, it does really fit your hands well. And having the handle there, being able to put your fingers through that handle and do this is probably what people are looking for, which is why I made that handle a lot bigger down here. So I think these types of mugs will probably sell, but I do like my other shapes too. You know, the ones you saw in the beginning, because you can get your whole hand in those as well. So these are the 2 shapes that I think will do good. The other ones I did are almost the same shape as the other ones, just a little bit different configuration, but let's see. Yeah, so this here, and this probably won't hold as much as this one because the way it comes in, but it still looks pretty cool. Still looks pretty cool. But the handles have a good shape to them. They flow really nice. They should feel really good in the hands. And that's what I'm going for is function. They have to feel right. So let's see which one. Here's a bowl that I just completed last night, but it's a pretty good size bowl. Nice mixing bowl. It's got a nice chatter around the rim. Turned out nice. Very nice bowl. Nice heavier rim. I like the chattering there. That adds a little bit to the piece, you know. So form and function. You like the shape? Thank you. I like because you can get your hands on it like that, and it just feels correct when you pick it up. So that kind of stuff goes through my head when I'm making these pieces, is that it just needs to feel right, you know? And I'm convinced that if it doesn't feel right in your hands, you're not going to use it as often, or if it's too heavy, you're not going to use it as often, or but its function's got to be correct and it's got to feel great. And if I get 2 of those, the color and the glaze is going to be icing on the cake. That's the way I think about it. Oh yeah, of course, Jackie. That would be beautiful in yellow, wouldn't it? I think those bowls actually stack. If I'm not, I think I made them to stack. Let me see, because I didn't try it, by the way, but I think I did make them that way. Let me just try it, because I think I made them that way. They're not actually a set. They're just. But if I remember correctly, these were 1 pound increments. A difference between them. That does go in there. Where the third one goes. Well, this bowl and this bowl are pretty much the same size. Yeah, these two are pretty much the same size. But with that, when you put a foot on them like that, it allows them to stack easy. So, and even at that, it's not going to be super heavy. So, I probably should have made a stacking set for these, but this should have been just a little bit smaller. So, but they look good together anyhow. I probably could sell them as a set. Birthday is coming up soon. Yeah, I guess it is, Jackie. Yeah, you can't see her comments? Huh. Yeah, Jackie's on here. She said her birthday's coming up. So what is your birthday? June what? 28th. No, 29th. No, 28th. What is it? 6? Yeah, 28. I gotta say the whole date out. That's how I know it. It's all good, Gail. Hope you had a great day. She is turning in now. She's going to bed, Gail. I'm probably going to turn in, or I'm at least going to turn off my live here soon because I need to get some stuff done before I go to bed. Like I said, my goal is to get all these handles put on tonight. So I need to get stuff accomplished because I don't have much time. 1 month is not really enough time, but it's going to have to be. That's all I got. So I think I'm going to get off of here tonight, and I'm going to continue to make these handles tonight. And then who knows if we have time tomorrow, which we probably will. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to make some berry bowls tomorrow. So good, Gil. That's 28th. Yeah, I know it's 28th here. All right, guys. I will see you guys later. Thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate everybody coming in here and talking, especially you, Gail, and Nikki, and I just appreciate y'all. You'll have a good night, and hope you have a blessed day tomorrow. And maybe we'll see each other tomorrow night. I don't know what time, but depending on my schedule, I think we can make it happen. We'll be making some berry bowls, I think, though. And some probably some oil bottles too, I think. So, all right, guys. See you later.